Hey, Writers, Keith Wheeler here, back with another video for you. And today we're going to be talking about something that a lot of people are worried about, and that is KDP account terminations. And there have been a lot of people that have reached out to me saying that they've had their accounts terminated. And the question I get all the time is, where can I publish outside of KDP? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to publish outside of KDP using Draft2Digital. So if you're excited for that, give that thumbs up a smashy. And with that, I'm gonna flip the screen around and show you how to upload your book to Draft2Digital. And we're gonna do an ebook and a paperback. Let's get started. Well, here we are on Draft2Digital. So it's just draft2digital.com. I've already logged in. I'm gonna go to my books and we're going to add a new book. So we're gonna click on that. I get the option to start with an ebook or start with a print book. We're gonna start with the ebook. And it's going to ask me about my cover first thing. So I can say I don't have a cover right now, or I can say I have a front cover art. So I do have a front cover art. I'm going to browse and find it. There we go. I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to start putting in the metadata. Now I've talked about this in other videos, but I actually have an Excel spreadsheet where I keep all of my metadata. So I've got it off screen. Just makes it easy to just copy and paste off the different platforms. But also, especially when I'm changing up my keywords, maybe my sales are starting to dip a little bit and I want to change keywords a little bit, then I like to keep it in this Excel spreadsheet so that way I can see what I've used in the past and what I haven't. So if I make a change and it doesn't work, maybe my sales go down more, then I can always revert back to what I had before. So I'm going to go off screen and just start copying these over. This is in a series. It's in a new series. It's called the One Call series. This is volume 1. I'm going to start putting in my search terms. Now, as you can see, it's got the publisher. And for now, I actually have my name as the publisher. If you have an LLC or publishing company that you publish under, then you can use that name. Also, I have my author name as the same. And I have, because I've published through Draft2Digital multiple times, I have, some default settings that I have. So it makes it a lot easier when I'm uploading the next time. So for search terms, these are basically the same thing as your keyword slots in KDP, but you can put more than just 7 because the different platforms that it goes out to will have a different number of keywords that is allowed. So I always suggest, some may have less, some may have more. So I always suggest trying to put, 10 in if you can, but you always want to make sure that the most relevant to your book are the ones that are at the top because those are the ones that are going to be pulled from first. So I'm just gonna go over here, grab some of these over. Okay, so there are my keyword terms. I'm gonna go down here and it's gonna ask about the audience, whether your book contains inappropriate material for minors. Mine does not. Now it's gonna ask about the BISAC. The BISAC is the International Book Identification Category. This is what helps online platforms and libraries know where to categorize your book. And so it's the same regardless of what platform you publish on. And so I have that in my little metadata spreadsheet as well. So this is going to be in juvenile fiction, and you're allowed 2. So the first one is girls and women, and the second one is sports and recreation, baseball and softball, right there. All right, start ebook. Oh, because I selected a juvenile category, I need to put an age range. Let's just say 13 up, because this is actually for teens. Now I'm going to upload the manuscript. All right, there we go. Now for the date, this is a book that's already been published. And so the date on that is 2018, 14th. If you haven't published it yet, then you can put, today's date, or you can put whatever, if you want to do like a pre-sale or something like that, a pre-order, then you can put it for a date in the future. All right, we're going to go to the description and I can just go in here. And one thing I love about Draft2Digital is the ability to format. So we're just going to click this. We're going to have bold. If I wanted to put a short ebook description, I can put that here. Is this part of a collection? No. You can split your payment. So if you have some kind of deal with an illustrator or an editor where they're getting part of your royalties, then you can just add them in as a paid collaborator. And it's going to ask you what % they get. The most important thing is obviously the percentages all have to equal 100%. So then now I'm going to select the ISBN. It's asking me if I want a free ISBN or if I want to use one that I've already purchased. Remember that if you have this on KDP or whatever and you've gotten a free ISBN from them, you cannot use the same ISBN that you've used on a different platform unless it's one that you've purchased. So if you get one from KDP, that is a KDP assigned ISBN through Balker, which means you cannot have that on Draft2Digital and vice versa. So we're going to use the free one, click Save and Continue. Now it's going to go in and it's going to ask me about the end matter. So if I don't have a title page, then I can select here and it'll create one. If I don't have a copyright page, again, it'll create one. One thing to keep in mind, again, is if you have a copyright page in your book and you have it, and on there you have the ISBN number, make sure it's the ISBN number that is assigned here. So I selected Draft2Digital, and so I need to make sure that if I have a copyright page that in there, that's the ISBN that I use, the one that Draft2Digital gives me. So because I actually knew that ahead of time, I took out the copyright page in my book, and so I'm going to tell it to include a copyright page. So it's going to add it in there for me. You can also do a dedication page. You can do a promotional pages. I can select also by, and I love to do this, and then I select where I want it, in the beginning of the book, the end of the book, or both. Obviously, I'm going to put it in both. And what that does is it basically tells them these are other books by Keith Wheeler. So again, it's only going to be based on your author name that you've used. And so if you use other pen names, it's not going to include those. It's only going to include the ones that are the same author name as you're using for this particular book. I also like to do the new release email notification sign up. Basically, people can click the button and get alerted every time that you publish a new book. And so it's just a great way to get more eyes on your book as you publish. So if you have another book that you've uploaded through them and it's part of a series, then you can do a teaser. So like when I upload book 2, then I might include a teaser to book 1 or to the prequel, which is what I'll probably do here. I'm going to upload the prequel, and when I upload the prequel, I can go back in here and update it to include the teaser for the prequel, or I can include it to upload the teaser to book 2, whatever I want to do. Also, you can include your an about the author or about the publisher. It goes through your manuscript. When you upload a manuscript, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but they don't take PDFs. It has to be a docx, or an RTF file, which is a rich text file. And so when you upload those, it actually tries to find the different chapters based on the headers that you used. So these are all the different chapters that are in my book. So I'm going to go through here and I'm going to check and make sure that these are all correct. If this is not correct, I'm going to click Help. These aren't my chapters, and it's going to show me everything. And then I can select which ones are my chapters and which ones aren't. But this actually looks correct. Yes, this is correct. So I'm going to say Save and Continue. So here's the copyright page that it defaults to. And I can just go through and go page by page, make sure everything looks right. This is the also by. So as you can see, the different books, this is a children's book, not in a series. So it's a standalone. This is a series. So yeah, so it includes everything. And I'm just going to go through all these pages, but I can go through and I can change, how I want the beginning of the chapters to, how I want them to look, whether I want a drop cap or anything like that. Same thing for the beginning of a scene. If I want to change the actual template, right now I've got it set as all purpose, but they've got them for different types of books. So a romance, science fiction, nonfiction, poetry. And one of the great things about Draft2Digital is you can take your file, a Word doc, a Google Doc, whatever, upload it up here, go through all this, change, add the drop caps, add all that, change the look and feel of it. And then you can just download the MOBI, EPUB, and PDF file. You don't even have to actually publish through Draft2Digital, which is one of the great things about Draft2Digital. And I think it's because the CEO of Draft2Digital, Kevin Tomlinson, is an author. He's a prolific author. He's had over 70 books published, the last I heard. And so Draft2Digital is always author first. That's their focus. And this is in no way, shape, or form sponsored by Draft2Digital. I just love working with them. But so again, I'm just gonna go through all the pages, make sure everything looks all right. And then I'm gonna click, I have reviewed this manuscript and approve it, save and continue. Now it's time to set the ebook price. So my ebook price is $2.99. Now, one thing to keep in mind is, remember, before you publish this book, if you have this book on KDP through the KDP Select program, you cannot have your ebook anywhere else. So when you go back before and you set the date, make sure that it's set to a date when your book is no longer in the KDP Select program. Again, KDP Select program is just for the digital version. So I've set this to $2.99. These are all the different stores that it can go to, and this is what my royalties will be. Because I have this through KDP, I have Amazon deselected. If you don't, if you've had your account terminated through KDP, so it's not on Amazon anymore, you can feel free to select it. But because I have it through KDP, I'm going to be getting a higher royalty through KDP than I will through Draft2Digital, and so I have that deselected. There are subscription services, so this is what my royalties will be here. These are all the different Kobo Plus locations. Those are all selected. Library services, the default price that it gave is $5.99. I can change this if I want, but I'm just going to leave it at $5.99. And the different libraries pay out on different ways. So if someone just buys the book outright, I'll get $2.80 from Overdrive. But if they just check it out, then I'm going to get 46 cents every time someone checks my book out. On, Bibliotheca, I don't know how I say that name, but it's $2.80 because it's just a buy one, buy a copy, sell it. And all these different platforms are pretty much the same. Overdrive is the one that really does it per checkout. So I've got that. These all look good. I do select the remember my store preferences because another thing about Draft2Digital is that they're always adding new partners. And so you'll get an email if a new partner comes up through Draft2Digital, and they'll say, hey, if you want your book to be put in there, and you just log on, and the first screen you see will have a pop-up that says, hey, we've now added, for example, Hoopla. We've just added Hoopla. Click this button and we'll add all your books to Hoopla, or you can select which books you want. So again, it's not it's going out to all these places, but it can be even more. So, as time goes by. So I always say, remember my preferences, and I'll click submit. Yes, I am the original creator. Yes, I confirm. Publish my ebook. My ebook's been published. So it's going to start distributing in those, start reaching out to all those places that I selected. And I'll start getting emails as it gets accepted or declined from those platforms. So it also, now when it comes to the print book, it's making suggestions. One of the things it can do is it can create a wraparound print cover from my ebook cover. So let's say that I'm on a very tight budget and I only had enough money to hire someone to do an ebook cover. I didn't have time or money to hire them to do the print cover as well. Draft2Digital can create a wraparound using the image from your ebook cover. So it doesn't stretch it out or anything like that. It basically just uses a uniform color that, is on your front cover, and it uses that for the rest of it. So again, it's just amazing how it can generate that for you. It's also suggesting book size, paper color, the type of finish, all based on what you uploaded. So we're going to start on the print book. Now, the first thing it's going to ask me is, do I want to use the same interior as my ebook, or do I have a different interior to upload? So I'm going to use the same one. There we go. It says currently no action is needed unless your file is out of date, which it is not. Again, it's going to use the same date that I uploaded before. It's going to use the same description. I can change it if I want. Again, if I added a paid collaborator, that would be listed here, or I can add somebody else. All the things I selected for my ebook are already selected for this. So I'm going to go down to the ISBN. Now your ISBN for your ebook is going to be different than your ISBN for your print book. And so again, I'm going to use a free one from Draft2Digital. All right, now here we are, the print book inside. I am going to use the cream paper because when you have a book that's, long, like this one is 75,000 words, then you want to make sure that you put out cream paper. It's easier on the eyes. And so I'm going to leave that as the default. The book size, I'll probably leave it at the 5.5 by 8.5 as well. That's good for teenagers. It's a good size they can put in their backpacks. The template style, I'm going to leave it so it's the same as it was for the ebook. And but again, I can go through and I can change things as I want. Numbered pages to start on. I'll start on the first chapter right there. The header text, all but the first page in the chapter. Yep, that's what I want. Normal page number location, page number on the top. Yep, we'll leave that as the default, okay? And I can just go through and check out these pages, see how everything looks. I don't like the numbers on the inside. All right, let's see how that looks. We're going to apply changes. Yep, much better. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I'm going to go through, make sure everything looks the way I want it. I can download a PDF and then save and continue. So if I want to, I can upload a custom wraparound cover, but I'm just going to use the one they gave me. It uses the color from here, and yeah, and so then I can go through. I can change the text I want on the back. I can change what I want on the spine. I can include an author image, publisher icon. So if you've got like a logo, you can put that there. This is the back cover biography, so it'll be in the bottom corner section, like right around here. All right, so I can save and continue. All right, so the price is going to be $14.99. That's a little bit higher than what I do on Amazon, but I'm going to keep it on KDP. But on KDP, I select KDP only. I deselect the extended distribution, and I use the extended distribution here through Draft2Digital. So the Amazon will go straight from the KDP. Again, if you don't have KDP anymore, or if you don't want KDP, you can just do this directly through Draft2Digital, and it'll be on Amazon and the expanded distribution. So there we go. That's $14.99. I'll get about $1.78 for every copy. That's fine. I select I am the original creator. I confirm. I understand that I cannot make more than one free change to my print ebook or interior in a 90-day period. And yeah, I'm good to go. So I'm going to click save and continue. So here is where I have to do the proof. Now I can approve it digitally. I can just click this and then I can distribute it. And I can just click on this and say I'm ready to distribute, but it needs to be approved. So either you approve it through the digital proof, or you can order a physical copy. Now, if you order a physical copy, it is a one-time fee of $30. Now, it's not going to be $30 if you order author copies later on. Author copies, you're just going to pay the production costs. But for your proof, it's going to be $30. And the reason why is because, one, proof copies are sent to the top of the list. So because they know authors want to get it sooner. Also, because of that, it's sent through expedited shipping. So instead of it taking a couple weeks to get to you, it's going to get to you in just a few days. And so because of that, it is the $30 proof copy price. But the good thing about Draft2Digital proof copies compared to other places like KDP is they're not watermarked, which means you can they don't have a giant thing that says do not sale or not for resale or whatever. You can actually take that copy and you can give it to somebody, or you can sell it to somebody, whatever you want to do. But again, if you order a physical copy, physical proof of your book, it's going to be $30. So I'm just going to approve the digital, and I'm going to click on this and say, turn it on for distribution and submit. And there you go. In that little bit of time, we uploaded to Draft2Digital and published an ebook and a print version of our book. And if you wanted to do audiobooks, you can just start on the audiobook right here, and they do it through Findaway Voices. But I'll save that for another video. So if you're thinking about using Draft2Digital, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click that bell notification so you get alerted every time I put out new videos just like this one. But don't let the learning stop here. I've done an entire series right here where I show you how to upload your book onto different platforms outside of KDP. If you've already seen that series, or maybe you're not ready for that yet, the old friends at YouTube say that this video right here has got your name written all over it. I'll catch you inside one of these videos, and remember to write right.